I've had this collection for a while and I wanted to share it because Pieter Bruegel is awesome. And Pieter Bruegel the elder, the son, the family, they all, I think, were in the art. And whether or not all of that is true and accurate, we all know, how do you trust anything that happened even a week ago in the news, especially in the 1500s, which is when this guy was around and a lot of his paintings supposedly came around. But his paintings are phenomenal. Him and his family, there are just hundreds here that you can see. Each one of them is a just amazing Flemish Dutch style that is just incredibly detailed, Bosch-esque, and just has so much little glimpses and hints of this old time in it. And there's everything from these wooden buildings, which must have been all over the place, these garden nature scenes, to these kind of little more sketches and just symbolic historical references to different allegories and different fantasies and myths, to just all different kinds of possible things. Everything was possible with this guy and his artwork, and then he was just amazing. And I think each one of them can read like a story with the amount of detail that's in them, and deserves time for examination. Look at those windmills, amazing. Each one of them depicts a time that we can't get back to, that we have lost and that we yearn for. And this could be a collection of different people that were trained by them as well, tossed in this. I don't know. I can't verify every single one of these, but that's the style, Bruegel. That just reminds me of Bruegel. It hits. His certain style is just right on the money, and his colors and his scenes. In the time, boom, look at that church. That's probably right around the time when those churches were made, 1500s. The ones that you see all over America that say 1800 and 1600, 1700. 1600 is possible, but some of them, they've just, we can't tell anything, again, with the windmills. But there are so many castles in these scenes, beautiful flowers growing everywhere, paintings. They show that there's already collections of paintings forming in people's houses. And are they paintings? If you've ever seen the movie The Green Knight, they do a great rendition of what it could be, with using camera obscura, using different mediums and methods to just maybe flash a scene onto a canvas with color in a way that we can't even fathom. They could have had so many different methods of doing this and making prints and doing different things that would have been lost and inevitably repurposed by our people, or just thrown away and trashed forever so that they could pave the way for their own inventions. So yeah, some of these are religious, spiritual, mythological, amazing. Look at the detail of that. The darker ones are nuts. That one is very spacious and grand and just an amazing houses. I love that just these houses in all these times, the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, they're the best of the houses that are still around. If you walk in any town in America, you'll still see some of those kinds of houses, and they're the best ones in town. But now we can't build them like that anymore, and that I love that drawing. That drawing is phenomenal. I think I did a rendition of that. But look at the distance, the Colosseum, the columns everywhere. Looks just like all this world was blended. All of them were existing, utilizing these buildings, and still these buildings seemed ancient at this time of depictions, which is astounding. And they always give the mountains life in some way. It's almost like they are partially intentionally grooved out and carved out and smooth, even in these artworks. And I know that's probably his style and it's just paint and whatnot, but I'm always looking for different hints in artwork. And this one, that may not be him, judging by the style differences, but maybe it is. I don't know. Amazing. Wow. But every one of these scenes, so I'm not going to talk over all that. Oh, God, all the way into the distance. Look at that. The auroras and so much more. Like, these are just the stories that were around that were inspiring these different visions are just incredible. They're not this guy didn't dedicate his time doing like Pokemon characters or weird like things. He just based everything on like what was happening, and all this stuff is just beauty. All the scenes are beautiful. All the structures are excellent. They're functional. They're really cool. Some are ruins. They're beautiful. They're always there's always a perspective that is really extensive. And all of it just looks like a world that I would love to explore. And so look at the bridges. Amazing. All these structures. It's kind of like different not engravings, painting versions of Piranesi, but savage scenes. Look at that. These depictions of hellish scenes that are just ridiculous, with beauty right side by side. Amazing. That's a sign of a great artist, someone with a range like this. He can conquer the good, conquer the evil, and I think I've shown that one. That might not be him either, but maybe it is his Garden of Eden, his paradise, the fruits. Again, I took these from collections online that said they were Pieter Bruegel and family, so you never know. I gathered these a long time ago. I just wanted to really get them out there, share them, so you guys could just have a little experience and just enjoy this glimpses of this amazing, ancient, awesome time, whenever it's from, whoever ruled it, like how old. Look at that. Looks like it's the inside shell of a building that was there at one other point that we can't even fathom. All of these scenes, so amazing. Something is lost. Tartarian? Are they just something we have no idea about? Are these the giants? Are these angels, gods? What is all this? When you really look at it, what is this all depicting? Why are all these images still allowed to be seen even? Does that mean that they're controlled in some way, or that mean that they're letting out something in some way, letting us try to find little nuggets of greatness amongst these masters of art, whoever, in whatever time they were from. But enough chatter. Here you go. Just enjoy some tunes and some amazing visual scenes and inspiration for any artists out there. There are hundreds here. They go in a kind of interesting sequences, flowers and different things at the end. But wow, look at that. Oh my God. Such beautiful art. Incredible. Dive deep into all these. Enjoy. Bless you all.